Okay, sports world, get ready, get ready, get ready. Monday Night Madness coming right up. You know where I'm at, live from Key Bank Center, right here. You know, the home of the Buffalo Sabres. Nevertheless, I got my guy Marcus the Alphabets. We're gonna talk some sports talk coming up. All right, we got new segments tonight. Man, who got the fire started this week? You know, tell me your five players that got the fire started this week. Also, we will have the alphabets games of the week, the top five games of the week. We'll talk about, and we might play a little who you with on Monday Night Madness. All right, so make sure y'all get ready, like and share the show. We on Twitch, we on Twitter, we on Facebook, we on YouTube. All right, make sure you do that. All right, get ready. Let's go. What's up? What's up? I'm Andre the Toaster Robinson. The fire starter is in the building. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I hope y'all like and share. Hope y'all week was good. I got beside me my guy Marcus the Alphabets is in the building. What's going on, Marcus?
What's going on? How's everybody doing this evening?
Man, I hope everybody is good, Marcus. I hope everything is good with you. Everything good with you?
I'm good, man. Got rid of the last of the Thanksgiving dinner, man, and I'm ready to move on to Christmas, man.
Okay, always sounds good. Always sounds good when you have no leftovers left for Thanksgiving. It's definitely a season of giving. All right, and with that being said, we're gonna give you a great Monday Night Madness show. We're gonna start off the show with a segment I like to call, who got the fire started this week? All right, put in the comment section your five best players of the week who performed the best this week. All right, so with that being said, the fire starter segment starts off the show, and I gotta kick this to my guy Marcus the Alphabets to ask him, give me five players who performed the best this week.
Oh my goodness, man! I gotta go with Josh Jacobs. You know, we've been talking about the Raiders just kind of playing like crap. Maybe thinking that they're trying to get rid of Derek Carr. Maybe thinking they're trying to tank for a good pick. But Josh Jacobs with over 200 yards rushing. Going to be a free agent. They did pick up his fifth-year option. Just a specimen. I think you got to go with Justin Jefferson, another 130 yards receiving. Travis Kelce, what else is new? And Micah Parsons, 2 sacks on Thanksgiving, second in the league in sacks, one behind who is it? Matthew Judon, and just doing incredible stuff, man. Doing incredible. There's a lot of players out there doing big things, and you know what? I got one more. Mike Smith. Mike Smith comes in, saves the day for the Jets. The Jets comes in short notice, replaces Zach Wilson, and gives them the victory. So those are my.
All right, if you tuned in right now, we are on the Who Got the Fire Starter segment right now on Monday Night Madness. We are on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you like and share the show. All right. I am live from Key Bank Center, so you will hear a little bit of Key Bank Center in my background. Every time the Sabres score a goal or get scored on, you might hear some crowd reaction. With that being said, though, I don't know how y'all forgot about Trevor Lawrence this week. Got to give my guy Trevor Lawrence some love this week. Jacksonville pulling off, 28-27 victory, getting that 2-point conversion late in that game was it was risky, very risky. My guy had 321 yards, 3 touchdowns, completed 29 to 37 passes in this game to defeat the Baltimore Ravens, who were, number one, still number one in their division right now, tied with the Bengals. But Trevor Lawrence showing up again, just when you thought Trevor Lawrence wasn't going, wasn't going to make any impact this season because they were 3-7. Here he comes and shows you another one of those games where you got to put the spotlight on him just a little bit. All right. Speaking of another guy that I got to put the spotlight on this week and give him the fire starters nod this week is Zay Jones. You talked about Justin Jefferson, but you ain't talking about my man Zay Jones. Zay Jones, we haven't heard his name since Buffalo. And I don't even think we heard his name much in Buffalo. 145 yards in this game, 11 catches for Zay Jones, the man who, was a Raider, now the Jacksonville Jaguar, was a ex-Buffalo Bill. Great job, tearing up that Baltimore secondary, making it look easy out there. All right, so already 2 fire starters from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know y'all probably like, what in the world? The Jacksonville Jaguars actually getting some time on this show? Sure they are. Absolutely getting a little bit of love on this show. Secondly, I got to go with another upset special. I don't know if it's really an upset special, but I'm going to say it was an upset special. Got to give props to Nick Chubb this week as well for beating the Tampa Bay Bucks in the submission. That run game was phenomenal against the Bucks. Okay. The touchdown in overtime, gave them 23-17 victory over the hapless Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I think are they still on top of their division with a losing record?
The Bucks they've definitely fallen off. I'm gonna have to go see my man Buck Flair. I'm gonna have to go. He's been missing in action. I'm gonna have to go find him, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick Chubb, 26 carries, 26 big carries for 116 yards and a touchdown in this one. I almost gave the nod to Amari Cooper. A lot of people are liking the way that Amari Cooper has been playing the last couple of weeks. It'll be very interesting to see what Amari Cooper does with Deshaun Watson, being the quarterback for the rest of the season as week 13 approaches. All right, so it's going to be very interesting. Keep an eye out on Amari Cooper, all right? But I ain't going to give him the nod, not this week, all right? Who else am going to get a nod this week? That's number 3. I'll give the nod this week at number 4 is Micah Parsons. Why not? I'll talk about a Dallas Cowboy. Micah Parsons, phenomenal game he had against the Giants, when the Giants looked like at first that they were, looking good in the first half. Here comes Micah Parsons, who very well could be Defensive Player of the Year. Looking very, very.
Who's good. Who's on the top of your top 3 of Defensive Player of the Year? Who would be on your top 3?
Well, Micah Parsons is number 1 for me, right off the jump.
Okay.
Just to be honest, number 2 would be Sauce Gardner, and then number 3. Number 3 is a collective group. I like the San Francisco 49ers defense.
Yeah, they got
to be very honest. I like their defense. So if I could pick anybody from the San Francisco 49ers defense, that's who I would pick. But back to Micah Parsons, who had 2 sacks, 2 TFLs in this one. All right, looking real good. 2 quarterback hits. He is a monster, always getting to the quarterback, always somehow in the right spot. Micah Parsons, I got to give him some love. All right. Sabres look like they want to score right now. 2 chances, by the way, for the Buffalo Sabres, if you hear that background noise. All right. And my last but not least, all right, and these are all different, I think, from Marcus's pick, except for Micah Parsons. But I have to give this guy, T. Higgins, with no Jamar Chase, a lot of credit. 7 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown against the Tennessee Titans in that hostile environment in Nashville to come up again big. With, again, Jamar Chase not playing is huge. So T. Higgins, you get a lot of love from me. Fire starter of the week. All right. So those are my 5 fire starters of the week. And put yours in the comment section. We want to know what your 5 fire starters of the week are. You know, who got the fire started this week for their team. And let's switch segments real quick. Let's switch to the alphabets games of the week. All right, Marcus, the alphabets. This is on you, sir. All on you.
I
Top
love
5
what
games of the week.
I love what I saw from the Raiders. Going back to the Raiders, a lot of people have counted them out. Geno Smith had been playing really good ball. I actually picked the Seahawks to beat the Raiders. They shut down. They shut down Geno Smith. They shut down DK. They shut down Lockett. You know, considering everybody that they gave away, all of the players that the Raiders have gotten rid of. I like what I see with the 49ers. I think the 49ers might be the most complete team. I like what I saw from the Bills. I like what I saw from them on Thanksgiving, bouncing back. It kind of fell to the wayside. You know, coming back and on Thanksgiving, and, prime time, everybody's watching. They had the second most watched game of the day, but the Bills had an outstanding game. And then, my Cowboys, I love what I saw. They played like crap the first half against the Giants. Most watched game, regular season game in history, 42 million. And played like crap the first half and came back and fought back and won the game. So for me, that's what I saw.
How much love do the New York Giants get for that 42 million that watch? Do they get any love? What's the percentage on that, Marcus?
80-20. 80-20.
Oh, you giving them the Floyd Mayweather treatment?
Yeah, that's what they get. That's the 84. That's the A side. The A side. They were the B side of that equation.
Oh, they was on the B side. They was the B team in this one. Well,
yeah.
Obviously they was the B team. They lost 28-20. So, all right, good picks. I know we just starting the show, and wow, we already 2 segments in to our Monday Night Madness show. But I think we're gonna keep those 2 segments running weekly. I think those are some pretty good segments. We could talk about some other football games that were played shortly, but I want to get into something that we ain't did in a while called Who You With. All right, I'm gonna pick 2 players, and you gonna tell me who you with, Marcus. All right. So I got to kick this thing off right on Monday Night Madness again. If you are watching the Fire Starter, you are watching Marcus the Alphabets, myself. Talk sports while we live from KeyBank Center. All right, and let's do it. Start off with the first one, and this one is a goodie for you. Gabe Davis or Adam Thielen?
I'm going Adam Thielen. Gabe Davis, I just look. Gabe Davis has shown the propensity to be a big play receiver. Adam Thielen has had 1,000 yards in this league before. Okay, playing second fiddle to first Stephon Diggs and now Justin Jefferson. So, as a number 2, you have to consistently be able to win one-on-one, because generally, if you have an alpha dog receiver on one side, you usually get the number 2 quarterback, or you get the lesser, you get a little bit less attention. You usually get one-on-one matchups. So you have to win those one-on-one matchups. We've seen Adam Thielen's gotten a little bit older in the tooth. He's over 30 years old. I don't know exactly. I think he's about 32, 33. So he's 32 years old. Gabe Davis is what, 25?
Yeah.
So, I got to go. I still think Adam Thielen has shown some games, and it shows the aptitude to get open. I got to see more from Gabe Davis. You know what I say about him. I'm not going to say it because I've said it enough. But with the attention that Stephon Diggs gets, he should be dominating games. I got to see more from him. So, with that, Buffalo Bills may have to go into the draft looking for a receiver because for what I see for a number 2 receiver, he's got to be able to win those individual matchups.
All right. Let's see here. Jonathan Taylor or Dalvin Cook?
I still like Jonathan. I still like Jonathan Taylor because he's a true sense of a workhorse back. I think when you look around at the supporting cast, you look at their number 1 receivers, you know that whenever you're facing the Indianapolis Colts, that you have got to stop Jonathan Taylor. He's their best player. I don't know if Dalvin Cook is the best player on the Minnesota Vikings. I think teams now, Justin Jefferson has moved up into that elite status of, when you play the Vikings, you know that you have to stop him. You have to stop Cook. Your number 1 priority is making sure that Justin Jefferson doesn't get 190, 200 yards of receiving on you. So I still got to say, at this stage of their career, I think Kirk Cousins is a little bit better than Matt Ryan. I think Justin Jefferson is a little bit better than Michael Pittman Jr. So for Jonathan Taylor still to be getting multiple 100-yard games, I still got to roll with Jonathan Taylor.
All right. Speaking of the Minnesota Vikings, it's interesting that you mention it. So I have to bring this guy up, and he's been brung up in the media a whole hell of a lot lately, and that is Justin Jefferson. Would you take Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill?
Woo. That's tough, man. You're not wrong either way. I think Justin Jefferson is a more complete package. I know that Tyreek Hill right now is leading the league in receiving. You look, he's number 1, and his teammate Jalen Waddle's number 5. But I think when you look at the total pack, you know what? I know you're a big wrestling fan, Torch. We got a new nickname for Rise Up Family. For the Rise Up Family, we got a new nickname for Justin Jefferson. We gonna call him Lex Luger, the total package. Size, weight, speed, catching ability, route running, body control. He's the total package. Tyreek Hill, we all know, his speed kills. We know that speed, but I think when you look at the ability to jump out of the stadium, the body control, the catch difficulty, especially that catch that he made. I think that catch he made on Buffalo may go down as a Sports Center Play of the Year candidate. So when you look at the catch radius, when you look at the height, weight, size, speed, he doesn't have the speed Tyreek has, but everything else he does. So give me Justin Jefferson. Plus, he's younger.
Okay. Let me read some of these comments. JT, he's the best on the Colts offense. Colts receivers ain't best. Cook is not the best. Vikings offense, Jefferson is on offense. Dalton pretty much just agreed with what you said. He also said Justin Jefferson over Tyreek Hill. Put it in the comment section, folks who listening right now. Is it Tyreek Hill or is it Justin Jefferson? All right, put it in the comment section. We are playing Who You With right now. I'm having a little fun with Marcus the Alphabets right now, playing Who You With. All right, so I'm about to hit Marcus with something else. Another Who You With, and this one might be a little more difficult. All right, so Marcus, 2 quarterbacks. You gotta pick one. All right, you gotta pick between Kirk Cousins.
Ooh.
Or Derek Carr.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness, man.
Who you with?
Wow. That's like, do you like bratwurst or fried liver? It's like which one is worse? Would you rather go sit in a sewer or would you rather go sit in a porta potty?
You funny.
Oh my God, man, that's really tough. I gotta say, I'm gonna go. Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this. I would go with Derek Carr. I would go with Derek Carr. And here's the reason why. Derek Carr has played. That Raiders organization has been terrible. Drafting, the stuff that Gruden did, the stuff that Mike Mayock did, the players that they drafted over certain players, drafted a guy like Henry Ruggs over Justin Jefferson. I have to look at stuff like that. I gotta try to make the trade for Antonio Brown. That blew up in your face. They made some really bad decisions. Getting rid of a guy like Alex Leatherwood, getting rid of, they've just had terrible luck. And I mean, he's the quarterback. And unfortunately, as a quarterback, you get most of it. Now, my boy Dustin Davis, if he heard me say this, he'd probably be jumping up and down Raider Nation. But I think Derek Carr's been put in terrible situations. What would Derek Carr be if he had Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson? I mean, I know he's got Devontae Adams now, but this is like at the end of his career. So give me Kirk Cousins has shown me over and over and over and over again who he is. So give me Derek Carr by a finger lead, man. By a finger lead.
All right, the music is playing in the background for Marcus the Alphabets because that's how it sounded when he was just trying to tell us about how he likes Derek Carr more than Kirk Cousins. I was listening. The organs was playing. I mean, we almost needed a funeral procession for his choice. For his choice. But you know what? Speaking of Raiders, you give me a new idea as Lightning just struck again. The Lightning are up 2-0 on the Buffalo Sabres. Early. All right. Now, you got to pick between Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins.
I gotta go with they're about the same age. I gotta go with DeAndre Hopkins. I gotta go with DeAndre Hopkins slightly. Here's the reason why. The quarterbacks that DeAndre Hopkins has played with throughout his entirety. He played with Matt Schaub, Brock Osweiler, and he made those guys look pretty good. Now, you know, we saw is Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers, prime Aaron Rodgers, and now with Derek Carr. DeAndre Hopkins was doing this with Matt Schaub. And I think he played like a year or two with Deshaun Watson. So I gotta go with DeAndre Hopkins. I gotta go with him. Now he's playing with 5'5" Kyler Murray, and he's still putting up numbers. So give me DeAndre Hopkins by a nose hair.
Mm-hmm. First it was by a chain link. Now it's by a nose hair. So this must mean these are getting really, really juicy, really, really good, huh? Now, speaking of which, you are watching Monday Night Madness. This is the Who You With segment. I am with Marcus the Alphabets, having a little fun with this thing called Who You With. Sabres just scored, by the way. So I'm going to give you one real quick, Marcus, and you talk about it real fast. Fletcher Cox or Von Miller?
Well, they play two different positions. I think that edge rusher takes a little bit more priority over a run stuffing defensive tackle. I mean, we're seeing Von Miller now. They're both at the end of their career, but I think that Von Miller had much more pedigree. I think Von Miller's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. I think 5 years after he retires, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think Fletcher Cox is up there though. But Von Miller, I think there's been some years in there where Von Miller may have been the best 3-4 outside linebacker in the league. I don't think he is anymore. I think that goes to T.J. Watt now. But Von Miller has been one of the best edge rushers in the league ever since he's been in the league. And that's no slight to Fletcher.
Okay. Well, maybe I got a better one for you. You got to choose between Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa.
I gotta go with Nick. I gotta go with Nick. I think Joey has been extremely. They both been injury prone. Nick's a little bit younger. I think he's on a better defense. I think the 49ers have a better defense than the Chargers do. So I have to go with Nick on there. I think the 49ers are going to be very formidable when you look at everything that they can do, their ability to run the ball, their ability to make big plays with guys like Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle, and with their ability to get after the quarterback. So give me Nick Bosa.
All right, so you taking Nick Bosa over Joey Bosa. By the way, talking about two for two. All right, I gave you the twins, Nick and Joey. Just an update real quick. The Buffalo Sabres just scored 2 goals within a minute, tied the game up at 2. Just that fast. So
Buffalo's second goal, his 4th of the season. Scored by number 22, Jack Quinn.
And of course, you just heard that, by the way, if you tuned it in. All right, so Marcus the Alphabets. Next week we are going to have a new segment, and the segment is called Pyramid Pick'em. Okay? Pyramid Pick'em next week, in which I'm going to name players. You're going to drop one, pick one, and we're going to go 7 rounds. And at the end of those 7 rounds, whoever's at the top is who you take. Now, it will be quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and they could be from any era, and we're going to drop. And you're going to pick till we get to the top. It's almost playing what's that game Dick Clark used to have back in the day?
What, the $100,000 pyramid?
Yes, the $100,000 pyramid. All right, we're gonna see who's gonna be on the top of the pyramid next week. So don't forget. All right, I want you to come up with some players at the running back position, because I know you are a running back yourself, running back connoisseur. So, I mean, I did say that this segment was who you with, but I didn't say that I was just going to stick to football players. I'm also going to talk a little college here, spark some things. Who you with, Marcus? Georgia or Michigan?
As far as just like their overall program, or are we talking about for the college football playoffs, or what? Just overall program?
Right now.
Well, I think right now, Georgia probably has the. I like what Jim Harbaugh's done over there. You know, the winningest program in college football history. They've won more games than anybody. And I think that Jim Harbaugh's got them boys playing. They vanquished their biggest rival, their biggest rival in Ohio State, put them out this past week. So I'm gonna go with Michigan. I know that's probably not what people want to hear. Yeah, I know that there's like an SEC bias, but what I see right now with Michigan, I'm gonna have to roll with Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan dogged them. Michigan dogged Ohio State like I would have dogged this cheeseburger. What do you say, Marcus? Styles make fights, right?
Styles make fights, man. Styles definitely make fights.
Styles make fights.
And I just want to say this for all my SEC people out there. I was debating with an SEC guy.
I don't know.
And I was telling him, I was like, look, man, he's like, oh, man, the SEC just dominates the Big Ten. SEC just dominates the Big Ten. I got you on that. And that's generally on a neutral field. I would love to see some of them SEC teams come up north and play a game outdoors at the Big House, at the Horseshoe, or one of the places. Come on up to Buffalo. I mean, I know that's not part of the Big Ten, but playing in the elements adds a whole nother something to a football game. So take that into consideration. When you look at all of these bowl games, they're generally played it indoors, or they're played in warm weather cities. They're played at, the Rose Bowl, or they're played at Jerry's World, or they're played in Phoenix, Arizona. It's something totally different when you got to go outside and play in the element. So take that into consideration.
All right, interesting enough. Wow, good job. Who you with? We'll keep that thing going, keep it running every Monday night. You are watching Monday Night Madness, obviously. The fire starter and the outfit, Marcus Betts, obviously. We'll talk about some of these games that just took place on Sunday, and one of the games I want to talk about in reference to Sunday's games is obviously the Sunday Night Football game. Give me your take on the game in itself.
Who was the Sunday game again? The Sunday game was that Philly?
Come on, man. It was the Eagles and the Packers.
My thing is, we may be witnessing. I don't want to say we may be. I think we're seeing the end of Aaron Rodgers. We actually had a Jordan Love signing. He actually went out there and played pretty decently. I think the Packers are going to have to look this offseason, and they're going to have to really think about their future. They really are. Would you go and see if somebody would want to make a trade for Aaron Rodgers while he still has some value? Because I think we saw the decline of Aaron Rodgers this year. I think he's they're talking about he may have he came out the game. He had to take X-rays and MRI to make sure he thought he had maybe broken ribs. He thought maybe he had a punctured lungs. So I just think that, they're at that point in the season where, do you shut this guy down? If I'm the Rams, I shut down Matthew Stafford. If I'm the Packers, I don't know if I don't shut down Aaron Rodgers for the year.
So you make a good point. I think Aaron Rodgers still has some football in him. Will it be successful with the Green Bay Packers?
He's not that guy.
Sad to say, but I don't think so.
He's not the guy who can carry a team anymore. He definitely needs help. He kind of looks to me like the way Tom Brady looked like in his last couple of years in New England. You're at that stage in your career where you just can't carry a team. You need some complementary pieces around you.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be successful with the Packers anymore. So, I mean, while you can, save the time that you got with him, because I just don't see Green Bay winning the Super Bowl with that organization and how it runs, and then Aaron Rodgers being the guy who he is. I just don't see it. I don't see them making enough moves to carry a guy like Aaron Rodgers, which tells you that Aaron Rodgers has been carrying the Packers for God knows how long.
He definitely has.
So,
Also, I like what I saw. I still think Green Bay's got a really good defense, but AJ Brown and Devontae Smith looked really good, and Miles Sanders looked incredible last night. Oh, and what Jalen Hurts did, rushing for what he did, having like 150 yards in a quarter. I mean, that was just very impressive.
Very impressive. Now, Marcus the Alphabets. With that being said, I say this almost every show to you. But see, here we go again. I want you to apologize for the harsh criticism that you had on Devonta Smith.
On who?
Devonta Smith, sir. You had some harsh criticisms on Devonta Smith.
You know what? And I stand on that. And the only criticism that I had of him, I said that boy needed some carbs in his life. That's all. He don't have the body of a number one receiver. And guess what? Even after a year in the NFL, he still don't have a body of a number one receiver, which is the reason why they went and got A.J. Brown. If he was a number one receiver like he's supposed to be as a first-round pick, the number 10 pick coming out of college, then you don't have to go get AJ. You don't have to go get AJ Brown. So I stand on that. So I ain't apologizing for nothing for him. He needs to go get him he better go get him some carbohydrates and eat some starches.
So here's my question.
He's from Alabama. He's from Alabama. He got access to soul food. He could have got some hog mugs and some neck bones and some jambalaya. So no, I ain't apologizing to Devonta Smith. He still need to get his little skinny butt in the weight room.
So Marcus, with that being said, where do you have Devonta Smith rated as a number 2?
He's top 5, top 7. He's a good wide receiver. He's a very good wide receiver. But when I draft you number 10 overall, you're supposed to be my number 1. We shouldn't have to go out in free agency and go get an A.J. Brown and bring him in. So I know he's probably having a good year, but I brought you in to be that guy, to be just like when the Cowboys brought in, when they still had Amari Cooper and they go and get a CeeDee Lamb. Eventually, the plan down the road was for him to be your number 1. The Eagles did not have enough. They thought so much of Devontae Smith that they went and got another wide receiver. So I think that says everything that they what they think about Devontae Smith.
So Jay Bailey said no team wants to pay Rodgers' contract unless the Packers pay half. And then he just tweeted, said, I see the Sabres is tied at 2. They are. And then Josh Bailey also talked about the Packers' horrible defensive coordinator. So, since we talking about horrible, we talked about fire starters and we talked about alpha games of the week. Let's flip this thing on its ear. All right? I want you to tell me who deserves the worst 5 slots this week, player-wise. Who deserves the worst 5 slots?
Oh, man. Alvin Kamara. Alvin, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got 0 fantasy football points. Damian Pierce, what are you doing? Alvin Kamara, Damian Smith, Damian Pierce. Just what are you doing? What are you doing? That's this terrible. Zach Wilson, to get benched like that. You're the number 2 pick in the draft and you get benched for Mike White. The same Mike White who had 2 good games last year to say he was the best quarterback for the 2018 draft. Mike White, who said he was the best quarterback for the 2018 draft. You know, the 2018 draft with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. For you to say that, how dare you? How dare you?
All right, go ahead.
Davis Mills, you got benched. You know, you had the opportunity to go in there and be the starting quarterback. You get benched for Kyle Allen? For Kyle Allen, really? It's like, come on, man. That's absolutely terrible. Russell Wilson, garbage dumpster juice. You got your defensive lineman walking to the field, walking back off the field, coming to the sideline, cussing you out. And the quarterback and the coach acts like he don't hear nothing. He's standing right there. He looks away. It's like, I don't hear nothing. La, 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 I don't hear nothing. Russell Wilson, man, Denver Broncos, y'all got fleeced, man. Y'all got fleeced big time. Big time.
So if I had to give 5, 2 of the 5 are teams. They're not going to be players. One, the New Orleans Saints, being blanked for the first time since 2001. I mean, that's like the start of the millennium. Like, I graduated high school in 2001, and you got blanked.
21
years later. You haven't been blanked. In 21 years, you haven't caught this once, and then you get caught with this. So you definitely, what's Mookie saying? Krispy Kreme, no glaze, no nothing, just straight, just straight. All right. Number 2, the Denver Broncos. I've been talking about them for the last month. They are the most boring team to watch in football. Boring. I would rather watch the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans before I watch the Denver Broncos.
I don't know. After what I saw with the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday, that's somewhat insulting. Jacksonville looked damn good yesterday. They looked pretty damn good yesterday.
They did. I
got another one for you, Torch. I got another one for you. That fan who made that little smirky comment to Lamar Jackson saying he didn't deserve his money. I don't know if you saw that tweet, but Lamar Jackson let him have it. Yeah. It's something that I can't repeat on the air, but it was he was very upset. Baltimore Ravens, y'all gonna mess around and lose to Lamar Jackson. It ain't like y'all got this great quarterback history either. Y'all's 2 best quarterbacks are Trent Dilfer and Joe Flacco. Y'all better learn some respect, and y'all better learn to be appreciative. Tell them, Torch, you had like nearly 30 years with Green Bay with all-pro quarterback play. Tell them it ain't no fun when you're sitting over there and you ain't got no good quarterback.
Definitely. You're surely right about that one. Can't deny that whatsoever in Baltimore. Good God Almighty. We've talked about this. Lamar Jackson may not be a Baltimore Raven at the end of the year. If you had to ask me right now, buy or sell, Lamar Jackson goes to another team next year, I'm buying it.
Me too.
I'm buying it, actually. Definitely buying it. Oh, you know what other team? You know what another team gets is on here too? The Arizona Cardinals. I'm sick of watching them. I don't give a damn if they got Kyler Murray or not. Boring.
I think Cliff Kingsbury, he might better start looking for another job too. I think him and Nathaniel Hackett gonna be the next two coaches is gonna be in the unemployment line. I think that what do they call it, Black Monday, that day right after the last game of the season, Black Monday. Like we had Black Friday this past Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Well, Black Monday is that Monday after the last game of the season in the NFL. I think Nathaniel Hackett and Cliff Kingsbury going to be right up there in that unemployment line on that
day. And there's the horde for the unemployment line calling him. It's calling right now. Speaking of which, we talk about players. We talked about some teams, top performances, not so hot performances. But let's talk about 5 coaches that should be fired at the end of the season.
Well, I gave you two of them right now. Nathaniel Hackett. I don't know if that's all on him. I think Russell Wilson play has regressed. Cliff Kingsbury need to he need to be up out of there. I mean, hell, we already done had some firings already. And some of the guys that get fired, they're not going to really deserve it. I just think that you got some coaches in the waiting, guys that like a Sean Payton. I think, you know, maybe a Josh McDaniel. I think if he became available, I think Sean Payton would love to be with the Raiders. I think it all depends on the quarterback situation over there, though. And I don't know if Jeff Saturday needs to be the coach of the. I still don't think he needs to be the coach of the Colts. I thought that was kind of a shady situation what they had going on over there. So I got 3. I don't know about 5, but I know 3 for certain because Matt Rule, by the way, who's the new head coach of Nebraska, he's the new head coach of Nebraska. He already got fired. So, but I think Nathaniel Hackett and Cliff Kingsbury are. I think their hot seats are sizzling. I think them things are smoking. They look like a smoked turkey on Thanksgiving, a fried turkey on Thanksgiving.
So you already had Frank Wright. You already had Matt Rule.
Yeah.
You said Hackett and
Kingsbury.
I'm gonna add another one.
Okay.
Josh McDaniels.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Josh McDaniels up out of there. I think Derek Carr's up out of there, and I think they're going to try to get up out of that contract. And I think Josh McDaniels wants his guy. I think he wants his guy because Derek Carr ain't his guy. So I don't know if Josh McDaniels gets fired, but I think Derek Carr is up out of there. He's got some stipulations in his contract that they can get rid of him without any type of salary cap penalty.
How about the Bears coach?
Matt Eberflus, he's doing a good job. I mean, considering, he's a rookie quarterback, a rookie coach. You know, I think you got, but they got to get some weapons around him. Justin Fields might be the third quarterback in history to rush 4,000 yards. I don't know if he plays anymore this year. He was on pace for it. I don't know if he plays anymore. But they need some weapons. They got a lot of salary cap space next year. They got a bunch of draft picks, getting rid of Roquan Smith, getting rid of Robert Quinn. So they got some draft capital. They got some salary cap space. So I don't know if Matt Eberflus is out of there yet. I'm not ready to go that far.
All right. Put your comments in the comment section. By the way, you are watching, tuned in, listening to Monday Night Madness, the Fire Starter, and the Alpha, Marcus the Alphabets in the building. You know, we having a good old time, having a little fun. I'm live from Key Bates Center, where the Buffalo Sabres are tied 2-2 with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I know Frederick Wilson better be paying attention to this game, Mr. Tampa Bay Lightning fan. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Man, I know Monday Night Football is coming up very, very shortly, but we wanted to make sure we got this in real quick before we.
Torch, I got one question for you, Torch. Before we get ready to get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your MVP? Your top 2 MVPs.
That's tough. It's tough. Patrick Mahomes.
Where do you have 2 at in the MVP conversation?
I have him at number 3.
Behind Hurts?
Behind Justin Jefferson.
Behind Justin Jefferson? Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, I have him behind Justin Jefferson. I think Hurts is a good, would be a feel-good story, definitely a feel-good pick. But I don't think he's getting it, regardless of being 10-1 or 9-1, whatever they are right now, 10-1.
They've lost 3. I think they've lost 2 or 3 games. Justin. Are we Tua's lost 3, but he's undefeated as a starter. But I think they've
No, I'm
lost.
talking about the Eagles.
Eagles only lost 1 game.
Right, so they 10-1.
Yeah.
I still don't think he gets it. But I will say this: I think Minnesota has already clinched the division already.
Next week, they had an opportunity to clinch it next week.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is only week 13, and they already out of. They're 5 games ahead of schedule for clinching the division. I think that's crazy. Is there anybody else in the NFL right now that's close to clinching their division?
I don't think so. Like the NFC, maybe the NFC West. Maybe I have to look at it.
Yeah, who is Minnesota's coach right now?
Minnesota's coach, I forget. I know he's somewhere up there.
Mike McDonald.
They got him as a coach of the year candidate. Same with the Eagles coach Sirianni.
Is it Mike McDonald?
No, Mike McDaniel's the coach of the Dolphins.
Okay, yeah, that's Dolphins. That's interesting.
Kevin O'Connell. Ethan says Kevin O'Connell.
Okay. Yeah, it's Kevin O'Connell. He's got the newscaster name from Kevin O'Connell here in Buffalo. See, I should have remembered that. Okay, so Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, Kevin O'Connell has got them winning the division 5 games ahead of schedule. You got to give Minnesota their props. And with that being said, for giving them their props, you got to give Justin Jefferson his. I think Justin Jefferson should be number 2. I don't know if you heard me.
Well, we appreciate everybody. We about to get ready to get up out of here for Monday Night Football.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before we do that, there's one thing I wanted to play real quick for you guys, and that is because I think the raffle is still going on. Correct?
It's still going on.
Let's play it.
Yeah. Bills Mafia. Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got that talent on my team. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, can you catch it? Can you? Trade day is like a mask, you not catching anything. Matt Milano making plays, we not scared of any team. Best in the AFC, all the praise of Brandon Bean. You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Do you? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. Yeah. Andre Roberts running back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction. We got Beasley, we got Diggs. McKenzie make you miss. Dawson Knox with the stiff arm, treat opponents just like his. Feliciano, Deion Dawkins block defenders like the Fins. Hey, it's the Mafia. I said no one on top of us. I said no one is blocking us on top of our division, so it's clear that it's no stopping us. Google best team in the league and we popping up. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got that salad on my team. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills.
Get at me. Get me in the inbox, Cash App, PayPal, $3 a ticket. Get at me. We got to get the 100 tickets sold. We're at 48 right now. So if you're a Bills fan, you know somebody who's a Bills fan, get up with me, and let's get this raffle popping. Here it is right here. The Rise Up Family Alphabet Football Show. Circle the Wagon Special Hennessy bottle. Come get that. Come get that. Great holiday gift.
And with that being said, for Marcus the Alphabets, make sure you support for Marcus the Alphabets for the fire starter here live at KeyBank Center. Once again, Monday Night Madness. All right, we'll see you again for the Everything Buffalo show coming up real soon. Make sure you tune in Friday to the Marcus to the Alphabets Football Talk Show as well. Should be a whole lot of fun this week. Got a lot of sports coming up, a lot to talk about on the Everything Buffalo show coming up. Got some new stuff for y'all on the Everything Buffalo show, so get ready for that too. All right. We will see you soon. Enjoy Monday Night Football, folks.